I put an outfit on everybody. I put 8-carat earrings in everybody's ear. You was watching tables. I changed your motherfucking life.
Now, when most people see this word, they mainly think of something that's negative. But me personally, I feel like there's a positive side, and there's also another side that can completely destroy your career and everything around you. Listen, everybody got an ego, but the people who are known to have some of the biggest egos in the world are the people with some sort of status or some sort of attention on them, like actors, musicians, content creators, people who tend to get put on a pedestal by other people who don't have what they have. It's honestly kind of the weirdest thing ever, and I don't know why people do it. Now, keep in mind what I just said, the pedestal that people put them on. That pedestal that people put them on tends to inflate people's egos. Now, for example, let's just say a group of people are telling you how amazing you are at this one thing. You're gonna eventually think like, oh, yeah, I am pretty amazing at this shit. But some people tend to take that shit way too far. And that's the ego that I'm talking about, the negative ego. And what that negative ego can do to you, it can make you feel like you're better than everyone else. And you're like some sort of untouchable god or some shit. And like nobody can ever do anything to you because you're just the greatest to ever live. And all because that group of people said that you are amazing at this one thing. Now, I believe that there is something called a healthy and good ego. I'll touch a little bit on that later on in the video. Specifically for the people that have this negative ego, they don't have that. It's pure evil. Take a look at some of these rappers, for example. These rappers have some of the biggest egos in the fucking world. I'll tell you that right now. They feel like I'm a successful rapper who made it in the industry. I don't have to respect you or what you do because you're beneath me. That's exactly what happened with the whole Blackboy Max and Lil TJ situation. It was all based off of ego, bruh, and people feeling like they better than another person just because of, I don't know, their status. When that status gets taken away, what are you gonna do? When all the cars, the money, the girls, when all that shit gets taken away, who are you? What do you stand for? These people act like their career just can't be gone in a split second. Do you know how many downfall celebrities there are, bruh? There's too many to count. So what makes you think you're so different? Unless you're like a generational rapper, like Kendrick Lamar or some shit. Now, a lot of these rappers' fan base allow them to act the way that they act because they want the music out of them. Look at Cardi's fan base, for example. Cardi treats his fans like shit. Sometimes, bro, I low-key be thinking, dude, hate y'all. The way that he doesn't drop any of his shit is kind of fucking crazy. Now, I do know that leaking is an issue. Yes, I'm very aware of the leakers and shit, but that doesn't kind of excuse for his behavior. He out here lying to y'all saying that he gonna drop the music album. That shit is not coming out. I know this kind of might seem a little bit off topic, but I just seen this video on Twitter of Cardi's baby mother saying that they haven't seen or heard from him in the past 6 months.
Tell Playboi Carti to drop. I don't speak to him, my love. We haven't heard from that man in over like 6 months. We don't know where he is. Have no idea, have no association.
But you understand, you get it. Massive rapper ego equals shitty behavior. And don't let me get started on some of these content creators. Some of these content creators got bigger egos than people who are actually celebrities, which is fucking crazy. You'd think someone who makes videos on the internet would be, you know, a little bit more humble, but no. The bigger that content creation has gotten, bruh, the more egos I've come across. And the crazy part about it is the influencer ego doesn't really come from people who make long form content like that. Don't get it fucked up. There's still a lot of people who make long form content who have a pretty big ego, but it mainly comes from the people who do like TikToks and shorts and shit. The amount of people that I've come across that have that, oh, I'm big on TikTok, I got 200K, I got a mil on TikTok. Those be some of the people with the biggest egos. I respect content creators all across the board, but you make 30-second to a minute videos, and sometimes about nothing. How do you have a bigger ego than someone who puts hours into a YouTube video or hours into a stream? It kind of takes nothing to record TikToks or shorts. Usually, bro, the people who kind of produce short form content, they tend to not really have the strongest fan base out of like the whole content creator space. Now, I kind of want to go back to the whole, what does a good ego look like? And me personally, what I think a good ego looks like is someone who won't let other people walk all over them or let someone talk to them any type of way, and they honestly feel like they're the best at what they do. But here's the difference between a good ego and a bad ego. The good ones don't try to downplay people. They don't try to step all over people and try to make them feel any less than or like everybody else is worthless around them. A person with a good ego, yes, they feel like they're the best at what they do, and sometimes they do feel like they are better than others, but they try to respect everyone around them. They have that, okay, this person could possibly be better than me, but I'm not gonna let this one person discredit what I'm doing. You feel me? And that's why I kind of want to bring up this show called Blue Lock. If y'all don't know what Blue Lock is a soccer anime. It basically kind of goes over why you need your ego in order to be the the best at whatever you're doing. That good ego is gonna wanna drive you every single time to be better than you were, and it's gonna spark up good competition for you. But for anybody who knows the show, bro, you know there are some times in the show where some people devour other people's egos in order to get the leg up. But even in the show, when they devouring other people's egos, it's still meant to push one another. It's either you're gonna let this person kick you down or you're gonna surpass this person. Now, if you wanna check if someone has a negative ego, check for these signs. They always have to be right. Even when they're wrong, they're still in the right. Why do you think all these rappers keep all these yes men around them? Because they don't want to be told that, yo, this shit is kind of trash. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear this shit is hard all the time. Stay away from those type of people. And the second reason is do not, and I repeat, do not let these people put you on to anything, because as soon as y'all get into an argument, they're gonna try to use that shit against you, even though sometimes you can't really control it. And if they do put you on to something, and you know, y'all could joke around like, okay, yeah, haha, he put me on type shit, yeah, I put you on. But like, as soon as y'all get into an argument and that shit gets brought up, now they have all the leverage over you. They'll be like, oh, I put you on, you wouldn't have got this shit without me. And it's not a fun time, especially if you never asked this person to put you on in the first place. That's a two-way street. It honestly depends on both parties, but at the end of the day, bro, put that ego shit down. Stop trying to portray someone that you know that you're not. The whole facade of all this money that you got, you live in this supposed lifestyle that everyone wants and everyone needs to have. Like I said, at the end of the day, bro, when this shit all gets stripped from you, what are you gonna do? Who are you? I feel like a good majority of people want to have that big and bad persona just so people can like want to beat them. But in reality, bro, is that what you really want? Do you want to be respected or do you want to be idolized? Not saying that you can't have both. You can be idolized and respected. Be someone that somebody could look up to and like, yeah, he doesn't need all this shit. He don't need to have a massive ego. He don't need all these cars. He don't need all this money to really be who he is. He doesn't need any of that shit to be great, bro. He just is. That's up for y'all to decide.